Why not?
Why not?
Boop, boop.
I had a panic earlier on because I've upgraded everything, and I couldn't attach my Bluetooth headphones to my Mac for a moment, and I got a bit of a scare, thinking, "Oh my God, no!"
Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, what is Zoom telling me here? Stay centered with auto framing. Auto framing keeps you in view by adjusting your camera as you move. Yeah, well, one of my holiday picks today may take care of that for you without... I'm not going to turn that on. We don't need that. Zoom. Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
All right.
Luckily, I haven't come down with the super flu. We've got a bit of an epidemic of super flu around the UK at the moment, these parts. A bit scary.
Wait a minute. Where's your Santa hat? I thought you're...
Oh, of course. I've got nothing to hand as well. I've got nothing. Oh, terrible. Good point. Yes, Santa hat. That would have been good.
Well, I am wearing... I know we still got about a minute or so before we start. I am wearing my Snoopy holiday shirt.
Of course.
I need a Mac holiday shirt. That's what I need.
Yeah. Actually, haven't you got some Mac stock merch that you could don?
I need to make a Mac stock ugly sweater shirt. That's what I need to make.
Indeed, yes. Yeah, that would be great.
That would be amazing. Oh, did I finish my thought? So it was about 10 minutes till, and I realized I don't have coffee for the show, and I need coffee. So I went up and I started a small pot. I got about halfway done, and I just went ahead and poured what was available into my mug. So it's not going to be the tastiest stuff in the world.
But... Halfway done. Yeah, that's the thing. You guys, you've got 110 volts there. So unlike us, we can boil a cup of coffee, well, anything really. In half the time, you guys can boil yours.
You throw 3,000 volts at everything.
Absolutely, yes. Whether they like it or not, indeed, exactly.
But then you make plugs that go so far into the wall that you can't possibly electrocute yourself.
Oh, yes, absolutely. There's a whole set of YouTube videos about all the safety standards inside the British plug. It's quite fascinating if you want to nerd out at any point.
You know what? I really don't.
I don't blame you.
Well, let's see. I just got a text from Mr. Erickson. Let's see. What did he say here? Oh, all my windows are in the way. I can't read his text. There we go. Let's see what he says. I have no idea what this means. But it begins with "start without me." Can we actually start without him? You know,
yeah, I suppose so. Maybe
for those watching live, we're going to remember to say this earlier in the episode than I've been saying it lately, and that is
unlike what we did last time. Yeah,
yeah, half hour in, I said, "Oh, by the way, here's what we're doing here with the live stream." So, if you're just watching for the first time, if you're not watching for the first time, our friend Brian was in the chat room. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to join us today. And actually, I was texting with him earlier, and he has an amazing reason why he's not going to be here today. And I hope he has a wonderful weekend. But we live stream the recording of the podcast. We live stream the recording to YouTube, to you on YouTube. That's what we do. So what you see and hear today is everything that goes into the show, all the pre-show stuff like this, gaffes, rat hole conversations, comments from listeners, everything goes into the live stream. And then I take the audio from the recording. Oh, I should probably start my recorder, huh?
Oh, well done.
I take what's left of the audio from my recording. No, in truth, Ecamm, which is what we use for our live streams, also records. So we've got a recording going on there as well. But I should probably make sure that's recording. Yeah, it seems to be. Okay. Anywho, I take the audio recordings and I edit that down for the podcast. So you will catch us live streaming, usually the second and fourth Saturday of every month at 1 p.m. Central Time. Now, we're an hour early today. We're an hour early. We wanted to make sure that Eric could join us for the holiday gift guide. So in order to do that, we scheduled for noon today instead of 1 p.m. But normally it's at 1 p.m. on the second and fourth Saturday of each month at youtube.com/FMEO TV. And our next live stream will be, let me pop open my handy dandy calendar, December 27th will be our next one.
Yes.
There you go. And oh, by the way, our holiday gift guide last year was on December 13th.
Excellent.
Amazing how calendars work. And I am watching squirrels and birds fight in our backyard right now.
I can't see a thing because it's pitch black outside in the lovely UK at the moment.
It's pitch cold here. It's currently
and cold, yes.
7 degrees Fahrenheit. 7 degrees Fahrenheit, and that is our high. Our high today of 21 degrees Fahrenheit was overnight. So now we're in for a deep freeze today and tomorrow, and then hopefully we'll get back to normal temperatures again after that.
Yes, similar here, I think. Similar type of temperature here. 8 degrees feels like 7. Celsius, of course.
Oh, well, you're a veritable heat wave there. What is zero Celsius is 32 here.
32, that's it, yeah.
Yeah, we're
32
7
0,
here.
so
7 Fahrenheit. We're at minus 13.89 degrees centigrade.
Oh, okay, yes, that's special. Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay.
You're at 46 Fahrenheit.
So that, yeah, absolutely, completely different then in that case. Yeah, so
a little different.
Positively balmy here.
Let's see. I'm going to send a quick message back to Eric and just find out what kind of delay we're talking about here.
He'll probably say he can make it at 1, which is the original time.
I tell you, he's going to be in so much trouble.
Absolutely.
He can hear me say that in the live stream later.
Nice.
Speaking of which, when we were making fun of one of our friends, Jeff Gamet, the other episode, when I said, "Ooh, that Jeff," I told him I was going to send a link to the YouTube video, and I did. I sent him a link to that spot directly in the episode, and he agreed. Nice. Yeah, every time something goes wrong, it's him. So he agreed. He agreed. And by the way, Jeff will be joining us as a guest on the show in the coming weeks, so I'm looking forward to that. Excellent. And that's something yes. For you and I to chat about later, Darren, figure out which episode we want to have him on. So
right. Okay. Yeah.
Well, and then I'll tell him. I'll surprise him. Hey, you are going to join us this date. Now, he gave me a couple dates he's available, so we're going to have them on. It's going to be a really interesting conversation and something that I don't think we've ever covered here on the show before.
Oh,
So
that sounds good.
yeah, it'll be fun. But it's a area that Jeff
Intriguing.
has a particular expertise in.
Ah, right. Excellent.
Yeah. All right. So, well, if Eric can't join us for the beginning, then I'm going to mess up my intro.
Yeah, you'll have to think of something
I have to.
witty and clever.
Oh,
And
I
then
have
another
something.
witty, clever thing when he turns up.
I have a witty and clever thing for you that I don't know if you'll like this or
Uh-oh.
not. We'll see.
Oh, the show title, of course. Yes, the
No, the
mystery
show-
show titles.
Okay, so here's the deal with the last minute gift guide show titles. Every last minute gift guide has drawn inspiration from a holiday carol of some sort.
Okay.
A song from the holidays has drawn inspiration from it. And this one popped into my head yesterday, and I don't know that I hope we don't ever use it. I've never repeated one, but I
Wow.
did a quick search on the For Mac Guys Only site, and I did not find it in use anywhere. So
I wonder if it's the same one that's just popped into my head. That would be super, super wild if it is.
that would be amazing. You know, I'm going to do one more quick check just to make sure, because if it is something. All right, let's see here.
This is where we could share the title in interpretive dance.
I have the very first. Okay, so, well, I don't know if this was the first one. I don't think this was the first one. This is from 2010. Our 2010 title was, this was not a song-inspired one. What am I talking about? That was Pass the Apple Nog. Pass the Apple
Okay.
Nog was 2010.
It's a carol I'm not familiar with.
Oh, 2009 was Frosty the Dog Cow.
Oh, that rings a bell.
Yeah. And then inexplicably, 2024 comes up next to my search, and that was "Oh Little Mac of Cupertino." And then we have "We Wish You a Merry Unboxing," "Carol of the Startup Bells." Oh, this was one of my favorites. "MacBook Got Run Over by a Reindeer." That was one of my favorites.
Excellent.
Let's see what else we
So
have.
you needed a new MacBook that year.
That year, yeah, for sure. Let's see. We have Clarice the Red-Nosed Dog Cow.
Yeah.
"Rockin' Around the Apple Tree." This
I
one
forget
wasn't
how
a
many
song.
years you've been doing this, or you guys have been on the air.
This one wasn't a song title at all. This one was "Tickling a Mac User's Fancy." What the heck,
Okay.
Mike?
Wow. Yeah.
2007. "Here Comes Mackie Claus." And
Wow. 2007.
yeah.
Well, that was the year the iPhone came out.
Yeah. So what were some of our suggestions? And Eric is coming on right now, actually. So what were some
Fabulous.
of our suggestions in 2007? Oh, these are classics. Oh, I love these. "Revolution in the Valley," the book "Revolution in the Valley." Excellent choice.
Yes.
"The Cult of Mac," also a great choice. And then two obviously very dated choices from 2007, Mac OS Leopard, The Missing Manual, and the Mac.
The Missing Manual. I wish that would come back. That would be so good if that series could come back.
Those were great. Those are great books. And then we had the Mac OS X Leopard book. We also suggested a USB headset, an external hard drive, a pair of flash drives, an iPod Shuffle,
I think, yeah, as a Mac community, I think we should all have a chat to the publisher of the Missing Manual to say, why doesn't this exist anymore? Go and hire David Pogue again and make some new ones.
Make some new ones.
We want one. Yeah, we want one every year.
Here were some good choices. So again, this was 2007. We had Super Duper, Disco. Disco was a fantastic disk burning app. I loved Disco. I Show You.
Yeah.
I Show You, which is still around.
Oh, yeah.
And let's see, what else did we have?
Venerable choices, actually, there.
Audiobook Builder. Audiobook Builder is still around too. That is a great app. And let's see, why don't I have Eric in there? Let's see. Eric is...
Well, there he is.
Well, there he is, but why is he not showing up
top,
in here?
but not in the middle.
Not in the middle.
Here we go.
I do see.
There.
There you are.
There's
There
Eric.
I am. I look better without me in the middle.
Yeah. There's Eric in the middle, Monkey in the middle.
Yep.
Wow.
Monkey in the middle. That sounds good.
So I was saying to Darren that, every year we've done one of these last minute gift guides, we've kind of done a riff on a Christmas song or a holiday song in the title.
Right. Yes.
And it turns out that's not true. I did a search for last minute gift guides and found all kinds of episodes that don't have a song title as it. In fact, in 2007, we were just going through our list from 2007, and I'm not even sure anybody was. Nobody was on this as a co-host or anything with me on this episode.
Oh,
I was going to say 2007. That would have been pretty early on.
Yeah, that was episode 55. But
wow.
So that was Here Comes Mackie Claus. That was that one.
Well, it's kind of a song.
Well, Here Comes Santa Claus.
Right?
Yeah.
Here comes Santa Claus. Here comes Santa Claus.
So you probably did it more than you thought.
Yeah, I did it more than I thought. But the one I'm using today just kind of popped in my head, and I was making sure I didn't use it. Now I did a quick search on the For Mac OS Only site, and I don't think this was ever used, but it doesn't come up.
If it was, you probably will have somebody that tells you.
I'm sure.
I don't remember.
And if so, that correction, that errata will be in the next episode. But right now.
Yeah.
So, Carol of the Startup Bells, that was 2022.
Carol of the Startup Bells, that's nice. I remember that now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
That's awesome.
Well, didn't the Mac chime disappear for a short time? Because yeah, I think Apple was thinking it was a bit too in your face when you were in a corporate meeting and they didn't want people's Macs going bing.
Well,
but it came back again.
The tip, of course, was mute your Mac before you restart it, and then it won't.
Well, exactly. But
right.
Tell that to your to the people who go to the meetings.
Well, they should listen to the show.
They should indeed, yes.
The funny thing about that sound, as much as I've loved it, and they've changed it throughout the years too, especially with the Mac Classic. The one, usually when I'm restarting, it's because I'm having problems. And so that sound kind of has a negative connotation now that, when
no.
And even my wife will say, oh, are you having issues when she hears their startup chime a few too many times? And luckily though, it hasn't been going too much lately. So it's actually, since Apple Silicon, things have been a lot better.
Are you on what mic are you on, Eric?
I should be on my Zoom. So I should be on the Shure mic, this guy.
Oh, okay. You're kind of quiet.
Does it not sound good?
Well, it's just quiet.
Oh, yeah. Let me see if I can turn it up a little bit here.
Because if I tweak on this end, I'm going to tweak both you and Darren.
And Darren will be really loud.
Nobody wants that.
Nobody. I was going to say, yeah, you got there first. Well done.
Is this any louder?
Oh, yeah, that's better.
Okay,
Wow,
Yeah.
that's quite a lot louder. Yeah.
okay. I can turn it down just a little bit too. Okay. I've got it plugged into my Zoom H8.
Oh, nice. Ooh,
It's a
Zoom H8.
audio interface.
That's
Yeah.
very fancy.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I've been doing that.
Well, you know, I used the H6 for so many years before.
Oh yeah.
Before I got the PodTrack P8. I was using the H6 all the time.
Yeah. And you still use the PA, right?
Yeah, I still use that.
Yeah, that's a good.
I'm
that's a really
expecting
nice
any
one.
day for them to release a new model because they released a new model of the P4, I think. Something. They released a new model, and
Oh,
the cycle before was the P4 came out before the P8. So I'm expecting
And
any
so-
day for a new one.
it should do the same thing. Yeah, you would think that would be
That
would be what would happen.
The biggest issue with the H6, and I believe the H8 solves this problem, is that while you could use it as an audio interface, you could not use it as an audio interface and record at the same time.
Oh, right. I remember you. Yeah, that was a big bummer. Right. The H8 does allow you to do that. I'm
Yeah, I think they fixed
99%
that
sure.
in all the later models.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why, but yeah.
Well, it does. It is kind of a weird thing that you couldn't do that. You know,
Yeah.
that it wasn't something that was available because it had everything else.
And it really became a problem when Skype went away because we were using Skype for the longest time. And
Yes.
it certainly wouldn't be a problem now using Ecamm Live, but there was that little
Right.
in-between time when we were kind of like Skype was gone or going away and Call Recorder, because we were using Call Recorder with that. And
Yep.
also
Remember
by the
that.
folks at Ecamm. And that was going away because of changes that Apple made to Mac OS that caused Call Recorder to not work right. It was a whole thing. And so then I was like, well, how am I going to record these calls? And
Yeah.
the H6 just didn't cut it. So I had to find a different solution, found a different solution. And now I've got this other solution, Ecamm. So I guess in theory, I didn't need the other solution, but whatever.
Well, but still, it's nice to have options too.
I just
It-
spent more money than I should have spent on another camera. And
oh,
it was on sale.
What?
And I was thinking as I was clicking, well, not only was it on sale, but there was also a coupon. There was like this really massive $50 off coupon on Amazon.
oh,
I'm like,
nice.
"Arr." And so I'm
Can't say
justifying
no.
it. I'm justifying it by saying that we can use it both at my wife's shop, Animating Things, and also for Macstock. So that's the justification. Now, the tricky part will be finding the funding to actually pay for the credit card bill when that comes due next month. But that's
That was
Oh dear.
what camera did you get?
so. Whoa, whoa, where are you going?
Wow. Hello.
I don't know.
It zoomed in real quick, and then
Didn't zoom. How do I fix this? You know, because I've got that's I'll just hold my head up like this because why is it doing that? All right. I don't know that I can even move it.
you probably
There. Okay.
yeah.
Now okay. It flashed blue at me for a little bit, but now okay. All right, good.
So, you know what? Maybe I'll just talk about once I have it in my hand. I was dragging my heels on it. I probably would have had it for today, but it's coming Monday now. So the deal is DJI. We all know DJI. They make wonderful drones. They make great little pocket
Yep.
cameras, all that kind of stuff. Well, there's
Yep.
some issues getting DJI products in this country.
I know.
Not in the
yes.
UK. You're okay in the UK, Darren.
Oh, we're fine. Yeah, we're
Yes.
fine. Yeah. If you
Yeah.
guys got
if you want to pick up a DJI Osmo Pocket 3, by goodness gracious, you can go out and get one, no problem. And they're becoming a little bit more readily available now. Well, not saying that they are actually doing this, but there is an incredibly close clone of the Osmo Pocket 3. Not saying it's DJI behind it or anything, but maybe
it's somebody that,
and you know, the fact that it's only available in the U.S. is another clue. But it's the extra Muse vlogging camera, and it is, by all accounts, an exact clone of the Pocket 3. And
it might indeed be the Pocket 3.
In fact, amazingly, there's an entire line of drones, cameras, all kinds of stuff that are eerily similar to the DJI products, all available here at normal, you know, quote, normal pricing. Well, not only was the extra Muse on sale, but there was this $50 off coupon as well. So it was really good. It was like Black Friday equivalent sale. And I bought it. And
just couldn't say no.
not saying I'm going to keep it. I mean, I could get it, keep it wrapped, and just return it if I have buyer's remorse. But I wanted to make sure I got the good sale on it. But I like to do walk and talk type videos. And
nice.
Up until recently, I just always used my DSLR and held it. And it gets shaky because I'm holding this you know, pound and a half camera in my hand, and it starts to get shaky.
Yeah.
And so I thought, well, if I'm going to do more of these walk and talk videos, which I would like to do for MacStock, then I want something that's going to have a little stabilization built into it. And I really didn't want to buy a stabilizer for a DSLR. So this is much, much cheaper. And than a stabilizer, I should say, much cheaper than a stabilizer. And I can use the microphones that I had been using before with it if I want to. So I bought it. Now I just have to figure out how to pay for it. That's all.
That minor part.
But, you know, I got 1% back on my Apple Card. So there you go.
Oh, that's even, it's even better.
All right. So, extra Muse. I think the only thing it doesn't have compared to the Pocket, and go on YouTube and look for Osmo Pocket 3 versus extra Muse videos. And short of it, there was a guy from the UK who flew to the US to buy one because you couldn't get it in the UK, flew to the US to buy one, and then did a head-to-head comparison of the two. And, you know, short of actually tearing it down, one of the interesting things is that some folks who received it, the little lanyard that comes with it was actually branded DJI. So...
Oh, really? That's interesting. Yeah.
So,
So I wonder what's going to happen then once the government or the power that be figured that out. And...
we best not tell them.
You're putting a lot of trust in them to actually figure that out, Eric.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
We can barely keep our government functioning, let alone figure out brand changes. But anyway,
you know, I could never figure that out with the DJI thing. I still don't really get it.
Well, whatever.
Yeah.
So I know we have a hard out. We have a hard out today.
Well, just with me, but I mean, you guys, you know.
If you're not on, then we might as well not be on at all. Eric.
Right.
Well, that's it. Yeah.
Right. I mean, that's just kind of how it works.
Yeah.
But we do. I mean, you know, we want to get to recording so we can get all your picks, all your holiday picks and whatnot.
Right.
So we should probably get started. And, you know, if there's still some chatting to do afterward, we can do that offline once we once we end the live stream.
Yeah, no worries. What time's the hard stop? Just out of interest.
Would be 2 hours from right now.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if we go a little longer, that's fine too. I can swing it especially since I had to start later anyway. So
I texted you what you should say and do.
Oh yeah. What did you say? I was.
we can't say it out loud.
Yeah, that's right.
On the live stream, but something along the lines of what did I say? Something along the lines of just throwing down your mic and saying,
"Yes,
bleep,
yeah, that's
bleep
right.
off, dudes. I'm out of here." Something like that.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Mic drop.
No. Yeah.
Problem. You can't really do a mic drop though, because your mic and my mic are in these arms, and so we're kind of
arms. Right. So I could just mimic just drop
That's
it like
it.
that.
Yeah, we can all do it.
I can get my old snowball out and drop that.
Right. Well, my wife we're doing this little, I don't know what you call it, holiday celebration for the neighborhood sort of thing. She wanted to do it. So kind of just for the street. And so
oh, brilliant.
That's going to be going
like a street party. Excellent.
Yeah. Little street party. So I've got to be there for that. And so that's why I was a little bit late, because we had to put a easy up, like one of those pop-up tents for that. So
I didn't understand that word. I'm like, what are you?
Yeah.
In fact, I think I said to Darren, I have no idea what Eric said, but he can't start on time.
He can't start on time. I know. I put quotes around it because I'm like, I'm sure it's probably like one of those where it's like the letter E and Z up or something like that. I don't know what. But it's basically just 4 poles that hold up like a tent, a covering, and not even really sure why we have it, but I think because it makes it look more festive.
I know why you have it. I know exactly why you have it, because everybody on Earth buys one of these things for a party that they're throwing for their kids or whatever. You buy one for a party you're hosting, and you think,
they use it once.
It's going to be worth it.
Use it once.
It's going to be worth it because we're going to use this so many times.
Oh,
and then, like ours, it's sitting in this room behind me, way in the back corner, completely unused and unfolded. Probably has had multiple generations of mouse families building their
living in it,
building their families in there.
Right.
And so that's probably where our cat Fred gets all of the mice from.
Right, probably. They're easy. I could just find them all day long.
He very nicely brings them upstairs for us, and then I try to pick him up and stick his head outside so he drops it out there, but he always drops it right in the middle of the kitchen floor, and the mouse goes under the oven. Like, dude, just either dispatch it or let me. In fact, the other day I picked him up. Okay, then we got to start talking about Mac stuff. I picked him up with a live mouse. And by the way, he likes to carry him by the tip of the tail so that they're like,
swinging around. Yeah.
Anyway, so picked him up and got him within inches, like this close to the open patio door. I opened the door, and he was like this close to it, and he dropped it in the kitchen.
It.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not.
He
It's a game. It's like he's like, I can beat you.
Every time,
dude.
So awesome. Yeah.
But to their credit, they always recatch them. They recatch them multiple times.
Yeah.
I'm like, the mouse would be better off if you just, took care of it.
I know.
It's a bit stressful for the mouse.
A little stressful.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, the mouse is like, dude, this is really stressful for me.
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't care for this. Yeah.
I mean, we can't complain too much because, like most
Right.
subdivisions in this country, our homes were built on top of fields, and
Right.
they're field mice.
Right.
So they're like, well, we were here first, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely. Yeah.
And now I'm watching a squirrel
Yeah, mice are everywhere.
dig a cave in a snow mound. I don't know what the heck he's doing out there. He's
Wow.
Oh, that's awesome. You should aim the camera then.
with one of my picks. If I had it set up, I could actually do that. But
That's
All right.
awesome.
so, luckily for people on the live stream, they haven't been watching this. So 35 minutes in, we're ready to get started.
Wow.
We're ready to get going.
I did
Have we
explain.
frightened them all away yet?
we have taken to explaining at the beginning what we're doing with this live stream, so folks know this is a warts and all production.
Yep.
When it comes to what they're watching here on YouTube, and so for that, we apologize
Wholeheartedly.
wholeheartedly.
Indeed.
But I think at this point we can get started. So I'm going to say we're at 31 minutes and 20 seconds. And what do you think? You guys ready to get going?
Go for it.
Okay. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. It's for Mac Guys
nice.
Only, episode number 463 for December 13th, 2025. Jingle Bell Mac. Hey everyone, welcome back to For Mac Guys Only, the show for the Mac community, where we share our thoughts and opinions on current Mac news and events. And joining me for our annual last possible minute holiday gift guide for the Apple fan in your life is the ever energetic and effervescent elf, Eric Erickson. Hello, Eric. How you doing?
Hello, Mike. You got to leave the lights on. That's awesome. I want the snow going the whole time. That's great.
And next to him, the man in the red suit and beard, but only when nobody is looking, Darren Davies. Howdy, Darren.
I know, I forgot the costume. Ugh.
And remember, we do normally record for Mac Guys Only live on YouTube the 2nd and 4th Saturday of the month. And if you would like to come hang out, ask questions, and be part of our live studio audience, be sure to subscribe to the show at youtube.com/FMEO TV. And if you are joining us live, I'm going to be keeping an eye on the chat room over here to my right. So if you have any questions or comments as we move along, or you have your own gift suggestions, drop them in there and we will try to address them here on the show. Well, it is time once again to dig deep into our bag of holiday gift ideas for last minute purchasing for the Apple lover in your life. And I think it's been pretty well established that I can be quite the procrastinator.
Easy for you to say.
The auditor, I don't know, quite the
That's even
procrastinator
worse.
when it comes to holiday gift giving. In fact, I'm not sure I have purchased any gifts yet for this year. And
Wow.
cards, well, I gave up sending those years ago because I know that by the time I get around to sending out holiday cards, it would be spring again. And right now, with a winter freeze in effect, I would not mind that at all. But how about you guys? Are you ready to go with your wrapped surprises, or is a mad dash to the shops in your future like it is for me?
And I've been doing well. I've been buying myself presents up until the roll up to Christmas. So for the last month or so, I've been buying myself things. There you go. I don't have anyone else to buy many presents for, so that works out perfectly.
Wait a minute. Buying yourself things? Well, we always
That's
buy
right.
ourselves things.
I'm counting that.
How about you, Eric? I think it's been pretty well established you are a procrastinator as well, but
Yes.
maybe I got that wrong.
And no, actually, I'm actually the procrastination king. So Yes, I'm still going to be rushing and trying to buy stuff at the last minute. So yeah.
Procrastination king. Well, I never see you at the meetings.
Right. I'm always meaning to come. Yeah.
But since we are all Apple fans in Apple using households, or at least I presume we are, if you are a last minute shopper like me, there are probably still at least a couple people on your list yet to buy for this year. So this episode is for you. So let's get started with our last minute gift guide. As with previous guides, we're going to have some techie stuff, but there's also going to be a few fun things tucked into our lists as well, which means that without a doubt, there will be at least a few things on our list that are going to bring a smile to those Apple using folks in your life. Oh, and one more thing I did want to mention. We haven't mentioned this before, but it's always been true. None of the apps or products that are mentioned or linked to from the For Mac Guys Only website are affiliate links. Every single one of these things are things that we enjoy, and we think that you're going to enjoy too. Now, as is our tradition, we're going to take turns sharing our gift ideas, and since we always throw things to Eric first, let's keep that tradition alive. Mr. Erickson, what is the first item on your gift list this year?
Okay, so the first item is kind of a small stocking stuffer, and I kind of debated about putting it on here, but I think it's actually something that we get a lot of use out of here, and that would be Apple's AirTags. They're just, you could get them a lot of times between sales and, discounted gift cards and stuff like that. You can get them for really cheap. I mean, I think Amazon, which is where I have the link to, is like you can get 4 for $75, and they just work really well. I mean, for what they are, and I mean, we have them in our wallets, on our keychains, stuff that we always kind of managed to lose before, and it's really. My wife has left her wallet actually at the grocery store before. So I mean,
Oh man,
this is actually come in handy. In fact, this was still, we lived in California, but we stayed at a beach house in Oceanside. We left, and I was getting these little dings. You left your keys behind, and I forgot that I had hung them up and on one of the key hangers there. And so, unfortunately, we were down on the freeway a little bit, but it wasn't like we got home, and so we turned right around and headed back and got them. It was just, just nice things like that. So, and like I said, with Apple's Find My, they have the network there to always be able to kind of find them. And then with I don't know if it's the H1 chip or the I can't remember. Whatever the one that gives you the directions to the actual when you get within like 30 feet, that's amazing too. So they're good things.
They are amazing things, and I have not truly found the joys of AirTags until probably about a year or two ago. The first one I ever purchased was for my dad. I purchased an AirTag for him along with a little fob to hold it on his dog's collar, because his dog at the time had this habit of just bolting, and he was just having fun, but he was gone. Like he'd be there and then he'd be gone. And I'm like, okay, we got to get you an AirTag so you can track Fluffy whenever he's and that was the dog's name, Fluffy. You can track him whenever he gets away from you. And oftentimes it would be, they're out walking and Fluffy spots a deer or something, and boom, he's away and rips the leash right out of my dad's hand, and oh my gosh. So we got him an AirTag for Fluffy, and it worked really, really well for him. And then I think they were on sale on Amazon, like you were saying, and I picked up one just to have one for myself and to play with it, because I'd never really had one to play with. I like Find My for Macs and iPhones and iPads and things like that, but I never had an AirTag. So I think it's like $20 on sale or something on Amazon. So I picked one up and put it on my keychain, That was it. But that taught me a lot of the tips and tricks for AirTags that I didn't know before, like don't alert me if I leave my keys at home. You know, don't alert me if I leave them at the office, you know, that kind of thing. And that type of functionality is great because then you're not getting the dings when you, yes, I know I left them at home. I didn't need them, when you know, so that's really handy. And then I got another one for my travel backpack. And rather than hang it on the outside, I tucked it away inside where it couldn't easily be found because that travel backpack has my laptop, my MacBook Pro. It has my camera. It has all kinds of stuff in it. And I just thought it'd be really nice to have that in there. And again, I said, don't alert me if I leave it at home because I only use it when I'm traveling. But yeah, AirTags are great. And I know they've been on sale. Like you said, they're on sale now for $75, which by itself, for a 4-pack, which by itself is a great price. But they've been as low as $60, $65 during Black Friday.
Yep.
So I was this close to pulling the trigger on a 4-pack recently, and I may still do it while they're on sale for the holidays. But yeah, that's a great choice. I love those. How about you?
Do
you use AirTags?
I do indeed, yes. I had an unfortunate incident on a bus, which made me want to pretty much the very next day go out and buy some AirTags. I was on the bus when my keys fell out of my pocket, and I went home and couldn't get in, of course, and it all went horribly wrong.
No.
Very, very luckily, the bus company, I was able to ring them, and they said, "Oh yes, no worries. They've been handed in. We've got your keys." So I was that close to disaster, and since then, that's it. I bought AirTags pretty much the very next day.
That's amazing. And just a little side note here, the Tucson Mac user group, the president of that group, Bob, sent out a link to a Substack story the other day, and I'll try to link to it in the show notes here. Dave Barry, the humorist, wrote an article about leaving his iPad behind at the parking garage at the airport. Not once, but twice. The very first time, he stuck it on top of the machine for paying for the parking and forgot it there on top of the machine. Unfortunately, it got found and turned in, but where it got turned into was not lost and found, and it took forever for it to get back there. Even though he could track it there, nobody would either believe him or allow him to go back there and get it or whatever. There was a whole, and humor ensued, as it does with Dave Barry. But the whole point of the article was that recently he had been at the very same airport, at the very same payment terminal, put the very same iPad on top of the terminal, and said to his family, "Please note, I am putting my iPad on top of the payment terminal.
Don't let me walk off without it."
And everybody said, "Ho, ho, ho. That's very funny because that's what happened before." And what did he do? He walked off without his iPad on top of the payment terminal.
Brilliant.
So as Dave Barry is a very funny article, and I'll find it and I'll link to it in the show notes because there was a great find on Bob's part. But
that's awesome. I love stuff like that anyway. I was going to say too, the AirTag, this one thing, it was on the news. This guy had a flower shop or plant shop, and he had plants outside, and he was having trouble with them getting ripped off. And so he decided he went and bought some AirTags, stuck them in the dirt in there. And sure enough, they got ripped off, and he, they tracked him to this house. The police tracked it to sitting right outside this house. I don't know where the place was comparison to where his shop was, but it was just like, that's a great deal.
The criminals, excellent.
That is clever. Yep. I love that. I love that kind of use.
I do too.
Well, we're still in our first round of picks. Darren, what is your first gift guide suggestion this year?
Okie dokie. My first one is a home automation choice.
Mm.
When I was looking at what to add, you know, there's always like some quite expensive lighting kits and various other things where you have to like buy into a big setup, really. And I thought, well, let's not do that. Let's just use everything I've already got, all my own lights. Let's just turn them into smart lights instead of dumb lights. So my pick is from Meross, which do some extremely nice HomeKit compatible devices. And the beauty of their stuff is that they don't need a bridge or any extra items. They're their own server effectively. So this is just an electrical switch. So it's called the Meross Home Plug. So it's a plug for your home. made by Meross. So yes, the idea is you just add it to your home, and it magically appears as a device. You just add your existing lights to it, and now your existing lights are controllable and with smart switches. Also, there's a nice switch on the plug itself, so that if you get anyone confused, like not knowing how to turn the lights on and off, they've still got a traditional button they can press on the top to turn it off and on, and it won't ruin your entire HomeKit setup. So yeah, it's really nice to just have that to be programmable and smart, and just turn your existing light switches, or indeed any other devices you want to turn into a smart device that you already own. Just add this Meross home plug to the situation, and you've turned your existing devices into smart devices. So that's my pick, and it's only £10. So
Wow.
not only is it a very good deal purchase-wise, but because it's self-contained and it doesn't have a bridge or any other complex setup, it's its own device. It's just the size of an existing tiny little extension type plug type thing, just for one socket. So it's not very big at all and doesn't make a huge difference to what you've already got plugged in, but it's a great way to turn your existing devices into smart devices.
That's awesome. And I actually, well, you can't see it right now, but this lamp in the corner here is plugged into a device very similar to that. Unfortunately, not HomeKit compatible, but it is very similar, because also you can't see how difficult it is to get back to that lamp. So I plugged it into one of those to make it easier to turn on and off. But you can use it for more than lamps as well. I mean, there's other things you can plug
Absolutely.
into them.
Yeah,
And
you can plug anything you like into it that you'd want to automate.
yeah, anything that recovers nicely after a power outage, because that's effectively what happens. You're cutting power to the device. So
yes,
if it can
one of the
recover
good things I
nicely,
like
then
about
that would work.
Yeah, one of the good things I like about the Meross in particular is it's so reliable, because it's absolutely 100% native HomeKit compliant. You set it up once and you can forget about it for years. Well, forever, effectively. So it's just extremely reliable. It never drops off the network. It never fails. It always does its job. So that's why I like the Meross stuff. They also do other things like automatic garage openers, that sort of thing. So yeah, there's some good stuff that they've got as a company, but the home plug is particularly useful.
I do not know if this is true, but we pulled away from our home the other day and got about 2 blocks away, and I asked my wife if she remembered if I closed the garage door, because I could not, for the life of me, remember if I pressed that little button on the visor in the car. And so we texted our daughter and asked if the garage door was closed, and indeed it was. But I said, the technology that is incorporated into so many garage door openers these days is almost by default to have that functionality built into it where you can just pop open the app and say, did I leave open my garage door or did I not leave open my garage door? In fact, you could even open and close it if you want to. But, you know, ours is old enough that it doesn't have it. But I said, I guarantee the next time we need a garage door opener, and I hope that's not anytime soon, but the next time we need one, I'm reasonably certain that it will just by default have that functionality. And, you know, that type of stuff is just really nice to have. There's another brand, Kasa, Kasa. They make little smart outlets as well.
Yeah, is that Lutron? I think Lutron makes.
Oh, they're well known. Yeah, they're very well known for their lighting, especially. Yeah,
it's really good.
Yeah, yeah, and they're all in that same range. You know, a 4-pack for $25 or $30 or something like that. The thing to pay attention to, of course, is, as you rightly pointed out, Darren, is it HomeKit compatible? Because many of them are only A-Lady or Google compatible.
And some of them say they're HomeKit compatible, but when you actually buy it and you bring it home and you plug it in, you think, it's actually working over some sort of bridge, or it's trying to do a software shim into pretending to be a HomeKit compliant device, and they're not entirely reliable. So so if you can find devices that absolutely say on the label they are 100% HomeKit compliant, then that's the ones to go for, not these ones that pretend to be HomeKit compliant.
Yeah.
I was going to say, now with Matter, really makes a difference.
It should make things a lot better. Yeah.
It's because I just had gotten something that was compatible with HomeKit through Matter, and it works great, and it shows up in my HomeKit, the Home app, and I mean, I'm kind of hoping that does big things, that there's a lot of devices out there that'll support Matter, and then it'll just work with HomeKit, because it has been kind of a bummer that you know, a lot of devices haven't, you know, and just
it will get better. With Matter, it will get better, like you say.
I've kind of gotten to the point now where it's like, if it doesn't support HomeKit, I really have to look at it to see if I want it.
I won't buy it.
If there's something, exactly.
Yeah. Well, you know, and that's one of the biggest frustrations with smart home and the way it's been rolled out through the years is all the different standards. Matter is finally matters. Matter is finally starting to solve some of those issues, but unfortunately, anything that you've purchased in the past may never be upgraded to these new standards, including that switch I have in the corner. You know, so we as users end up, well, is this going to be Google Home? Is it going to be A-Lady? Is it going to be Siri? You know, how am I going to control this stuff? And then remembering it. And that's, I think, not for us as tech nerds so much, but for the people in our lives, finding the smoothest transition to a smart home as possible is the best way to go. And that's where those plugs that you mentioned, Darren, are perfect, because they're HomeKit compatible. You can put little widgets on the screen of your phones and just tell people, you want the lights on? Tap that little button on your phone.
And there's a physical on-off button on the switch itself as well, which you could anyone that doesn't understand any of the technology can just press that and it will still work.
Yeah, like my daughter, she refuses to talk to the home. She just will not.
Oh, that's shocking.
Yeah, will not do it. So she will sit in the dark for hours rather than ask any kind of smart device to turn on.
Oh wow, that's bad.
Oh boy. All right, so I'm going to go with my first pick, and let's see. I'm not gonna do this with snow. I'll turn off the snow.
Oh, the snow's brilliant.
Well, you know.
You can't turn it off.
No, here we go. I had the scene locked. There we go. Okay, now I can turn it off.
There you go.
Get that snow out of the way. My first pick is something I purchased over the summer, because when we travel, I find that I'm often carrying around a dozen different little charging blocks. And I wanted something that I could carry with me, plug all my devices into that I needed to plug into it for charging overnight while we're on the road, and kind of reduce the weight of that travel backpack. Because, after all, I added that AirTag to it, and, that just adds so much weight to it. But what I ended up buying is this little device right here. This is from our friends at Anker.
Oh, yes, very nice. Yeah.
This is a 140 watt laptop charger. It's called a laptop charger, but it will charge so much more than that because it has 4 ports on it. It's got 3 USB-C ports, and it's got 1 USB-A port, because USB-A is still important to me. I still have USB-A cables that I need to plug in. For example, my Apple Watch still has a USB-A cable. That's my charging puck has USB-A on it. So when I'm on the road, rather than have a separate charging block for the watch and for the Mac and for the tablets and for any other thing I carry with me that I probably shouldn't be carrying with me on vacation, I wanted to have the one thing. So this is a 140 watt charger, and it is available in dark gray or silver. And the nice thing is it does include a USB-C to USB-C cable that's rated for up to 240 watts, and it's a braided cable, so it doesn't get all tangled up in your travel bag. Now, the one thing to know about this particular charging block is that the 140 watts is a total power output. And they do have different models of this, but this particular one is 140 watt total power output, which means that as you plug devices in, if I plug a laptop into port 1 or 2, I'm going to get 140 watts, up to 140 watts on it. But that's with one device. If I plug 2 devices in, well, then what happens? I get 70 watts each. But if I change things up and I plug something into port 1 and port 3, then I get 100 watts and 40 watts. So
that's handy. Yeah,
the capability of each port does vary based on it. And what's nice is that on the block itself, it tells you the maximum output of each of the ports. So you do get a maximum output of 140 watts on 1 and 2 with a single device. And then if you're using all 4 ports, you get a much lower output on each.
Yeah, a trickle charge, yeah.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Which is nice. But that's all detailed in the little guide that comes with it. So you can tell, okay, where should I plug in my phone? Where should I plug in my watch? Where should I plug in my laptop? And when you pay attention to that and you plug into the correct ports, you're going to get the maximum charging possible. Now, what makes this super cool is that there's a little display on it. So it's obviously not plugged in right now for those watching the live stream, but there's a little display on it right here. And what's neat about that display is this display will not only show you the total power output, so it'll show you in one window how much total power output you're putting out at any given moment. But if you tap this little touch sensitive button here on the side, you can also switch it to show port specific details, how much power is flowing to each port. You can tap it again and you can do temperature monitoring. So it'll let you know if it's in high performance mode. It'll let you know if it's in cooling mode because it's running a little hot, but it does, go into a cooling mode, or what they dub excellent mode. And I have no idea what excellent mode means, but it'll show you high performance mode, cooling mode, or excellent mode. And then really nice too, depending on how you have this plugged in, you can rotate the display by long pressing the touch sensitive button on it. So you long press it and the display will rotate so you can see it depending on how it's plugged into the wall. And of course this is it's got a little flip out plug on the side, so it won't get tangled in anything in your travel bag, which is nice. And Anker says, now I'll have to explain this a little bit. When it's plugged into the wall, Anker says that these ports dangling off the bottom here, when you have stuff plugged into them, it will support up to 10.6 ounces of weight on the adapter as it's plugged into the wall. Now, 10.6 ounces. I don't know why they don't crank it to 11, but it's 10.6 ounces.
Yeah.
But that's it. That's my my first pick here. It's the Anker 140 watt laptop charger, USB-C, USB-A. Again, there are different models of this. They range in price. This particular one, I paid $99.99 for. And of course, it's been on sale during Black Friday and the holidays for $64.99. So that makes me very happy. But
Yeah.
Anyway, no, it's definitely well worth it, and I recommend it. And that is my first pick.
Perfect.
That's awesome.
It's nice. It's nice to have a device like that sort of does everything. So one device to rule them all as a charger. So you only need one charger. You don't need to have a whole family of different chargers. So it's great to have one device to do it all.
That's
like
right.
That.
Yeah, and it's about the
And
same
Anker
weight
makes
as
great stuff.
as a MacBook Pro charger. It's about the same weight. So it's in my mind, it's one for one. I'm taking out that MacBook Pro charger. I'm taking out all the other little chargers that were in my travel bag and just putting in this one. I'm still taking all the cables with me, but I'm substituting the weight of all those different chargers for the weight of this one, and that's made it worth it.
Yeah, no, that's a really good. That's a really good deal, and it's a great thing too that it tells you that in the guide, and it also tells you how much is going to each port. Because if you are using your MacBook Pro and you do need the 140 watts, there's been a lot of discussion because going through USB-C port versus or the Thunderbolt port versus the MagSafe. The MagSafe is the only one that provides 140 watts, and there's been a lot of discussion on like if you're using a lot of power and you don't have the full amount plugged into that it'll take from the battery, and that's not a good use of the battery or whatever. There's been some issues with that. So because of that, every time I have it plugged in now, I have the MagSafe port plugged in as well.
Right.
So, if you're like, I want to make sure I get the full 140, I'm going to plug it in the MagSafe. I don't want to use any of the other ports. You can do that and, plug anything else in there to charge at the same time. So
That's probably
it's nice.
That's one of the biggest advantages of Apple separating the cable from the charging block these days, is that you can take their cable with the MagSafe end on it and plug it into this adapter if you want to.
Yes. Yep.
The other nice thing is
really
that
nice.
You can go to a third party like OWC at MacSales.com and you can purchase a replacement USB-C to MagSafe cable. And while I've been a little bit hesitant to try them, there are third-party USB-C to MagSafe cables that I've seen on Amazon. And I've been tempted, but a little like, I don't know if I want to get that or not. So I'm holding out for an official Apple one. Apple will sell them to you, but they're like $50. OWC will sell you a genuine Apple one for what, 20, 25, something like that?
Which is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I do use third party actually, and I've had pretty good luck with them. I had one that didn't work, so yeah, it is something you have to be aware of.
I did look it up, by the way. This charging block is 9.7 ounces by itself. So
wow,
not super light. But, part of the reason it's so heavy is because of the quality components that Anker puts into it. So,
right. Yeah.
There's that. And there's a whole chart. I'm not even going to try to go through this. There's a whole chart of the output. I pulled it up while we're talking here. When one port is in use, 2 ports are in use, 3 ports are in use, and 4 ports are in use.
Nice.
It's crazy, the combinations. But the gist of it is, the top 2 ports are your higher charging ports. Then you've got your third port, which is a little bit lower output, and then you've got your USB-A, which is a maximum of 33 watts. So depending on what you've got plugged into it at any given time, let's see, the third port is 40 watts. The third, yeah. So USB-C 1 and 2 are 140. The third one is 40, and the USB-A is 33. Blue on dark gray.
Nice.
Not the easiest to read in low light.
But it looks nice. But yeah, I know what you mean.
It looks nice.
Yeah.
I've seen worse.
Yeah.
Like the dark grey writing on black works perfectly.
Yeah. Yep. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Eric, we are up to our second. I can't believe that's only been our first round. But
It's only been our first round. Yeah.
up to our
no kidding.
second round of picks. And what would your second pick be, Eric?
Well, you know what? I was trying to think. Maybe I'll stick with the smart home stuff as long as Darren kind of started it out.
Swapping things around on the fly.
Yeah, swapping things on the fly. This one, and it's almost not. I don't want to say it's anti Darren because it's not, but it's where his doesn't like require a bridge or that sort of stuff. This does. Well, it does and it doesn't. But my pick is the Philips Hue lights. I've had them forever, and I know there's so many different kinds. There's so many different kinds of lights that either Bluetooth or go through Wi-Fi, do all sorts of things, and it's certainly a lot cheaper. The one that I picked though is the Philips starter kit, which actually I think includes a bridge and I think 3 lights, and I want to say it's like around 75, I think. They also have a new Bridge Pro, which supports even more devices and accessories, but I think just the regular bridge that's been around forever is great. And the reason why I like the bridge, well, a couple of things. The reason why I like Philips a lot is because they've got tons of stuff and they've got tons of support from third party, whether it's software or other hardware or whatever. There's so many things that because Philips kind of, I don't know if they started it, but they've been doing it fairly early on. And so that's a really nice feature. But the other thing is the bridge. It's just a little box that essentially just plugs into your router through Ethernet. The Pro version can do Wi-Fi, but the original does not. But it just plugs in there, has one button, and once you have it hooked up, it creates like a Zigbee network, which if you know about smart home stuff, that's a protocol similar to Z-Wave, except for it's open sourced and it's free, as opposed to Z-Wave, which is a licensed one. But both of those like replaced X10 from way back. And
X10. Wow, that's a flashback.
Remember X10? Yeah. And they were kind of created to fix all the problems with X10. And Zigbee, both Zigbee and Z-Wave are like mesh networks. So the more stuff you add, the more network coverage it gets. And, each light is its own little repeater and everything. But the nice thing with the Philips bridge is you can do all sorts of weird things with your lights that just trying to do stuff on its own is a kind of a tougher deal. And the other thing with with the bridge being a Zigbee network is you can add other plugs. Not probably too much different than what Darren was talking about. Like I bought these plugs. There's smart plugs. They're called from a company called Innr, INNR, and they're just little Zigbee plugs, but they work well with my Philips Hue bridge, and so I can plug that into my Christmas tree or into Christmas lights. And so when I actually have my lights set to come on based on how dark it is outside. Oh, nice. So when the lights come on now, the holidays, it'll also kick on the Christmas tree lights and all those other things too. So it actually It actually works really slick. And they've got a bunch of different switches for the walls and whatever. They've even got have one that's a round clicker thing that actually doesn't take any power or any batteries whatsoever. It's the clicking of the button on them that, basically creates enough electrical current that it sends a signal to the bridge and then turns on whatever lights you want. And it's kind of crazy, but it's really cool. It's kind of neat that there's no power whatsoever.
No batteries, yeah. It's sort
No
of
batteries,
kinetic power, isn't it?
Yeah. It's probably not too much different than on your gas stove where you click the thing and it creates a spark.
Something like that.
It's probably it's something like that where it's just enough to create enough of a current that it works. And so I have that turn on my Christmas lights if I want those to come on. But like I said, it is, and of course, Philips Hue is HomeKit compatible, and it has been, and that's been a big deal too. So all the lights that I can see in the Philips Hue app, I can also see in the HomeKit app, and I can add lights to my control center on the phone. So if I want to dim a light, or if my wife wants to shut off her nightstand light or whatever, she can just go into there and dim it or turn it off or whatever. So it's a really good setup.
Well, two things. First, Philips Hue lights, our friend Barry is a huge, huge fan of them, and has always had them set up in his house for ages, and has done some amazing things with Philips Hue lights.
I bet.
Well, I guess three things. Okay, so the second thing is, what I hear you saying is that every night as the sun goes down, the crew at the nuclear power plant is flipping that emergency power switch, just like in Christmas Vacation, to make up for the power draw at the Erickson home.
At the Erickson house,
as everything comes on. And then the third thing is a question, actually. The third thing is, so it comes with its own hub, but is that hub necessary if you have another hub in the home, like an Apple TV or something like that? The Apple TV is a hub, right? That's a hub.
Right.
Yeah.
The Apple TV works as a hub too for its. Yes. It does. I don't know if any Zigbee thing can work or not, and you don't need the hub. If you want, you could still control the lights from your phone. But the hub, the little bridge or hub gives it an extra thing. But no, you do need that hub even with the Apple TV hub, because that's Apple TV, or I should say like the hub that's part of the HomePods or the Apple TV or whatever. That's that's for their own HomeKit. That's for their thing. So yeah, it's a different Apple itself. Apple's HomePod, as far as I know, doesn't do Zigbee or Z-Wave or anything like that.
That's what I thought. I thought, the HomeKit and the Apple TV don't directly support Zigbee, which is why I'd probably call it a controller instead of a hub. So the controller that comes with the lights there is sort of like it's a bridge. So the Apple TV hub is controlling the bridge, which then gives it gives access to Zigbee devices. So it's like a go-between type thing.
Cool. Very cool. Very cool. And it's $75. I mean, that's a really good price for everything you get in that package. How many lights come in that package?
Yeah. Well, I thought it was 3. I'll have to take a look again, but I thought it was like 3 lights in the hub, but I could be wrong. Now that I said all that, I'm sure I'm wrong. But it's at least 2, which actually I thought was a good deal anyway, because I do remember it being more expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's 2 lights. Sorry, it's 2 lights and the hub, so it's $74.99. But I remember that being over $100 at one point. So that's actually.
Yeah, it's good to get you started, isn't it? Yeah. How they call it, a starter kit. So yes.
right.
Exactly. The thing is, though, $75. If you look at any other brand of smart decent brand of smart bulbs, you're looking at roughly $20+ per bulb. So right there by itself, you got about $50 worth of bulbs. And then you get the hub.
Right. And you get the hub.
So for $75, that's a really good deal.
It is a good deal. It's a definitely, like Darren said, it's a great way to get started. I mean, it really is. It just, get into it anyway.
2 bulbs, you figure out how cool it is, how much you like it, and that's how they get you.
That's how they get you. That's exactly right. That's how they get you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, Darren, that means we are up to your second pick of this year's holiday
we're only
gift
on
guide.
the second pick.
And what would your second pick be this year?
Well, my second pick rolls off a little bit from your pick, Mike. So in your pick, you said, we've all still got USB, quite a few USB-A devices. And
I do anyway.
Absolutely. I think that's it. I think we all do. So my pick is one of these.
Oh,
so this is, so it's hardly anything there. So this is a USB-A, if I get the angle right, USB-A to USB-C converter. So as we get new machines, and we're all getting, many of us are getting new machines now, they're all entirely USB-C. But like many people, I'm sure almost all of us have got a large number of USB-A devices. So this becomes vital in order to use your older devices on your new shiny new computer. So this is a nice little stocking stuffer. You can just, tiny little lead, you can just stick in a stocking, and it's one of those things that is going to be practically useful. So rather than just a stocking stuffer that doesn't do anything useful, this one will actually be something that people will, almost everyone will find a use for to convert their USB-A to USB-C devices.
A stocking stuffer that actually has use. What did you say? Stocking stuffer that is actually useful, I think you said. I love that.
Exactly.
I like stocking stuffers that I can eat. I go for the
there's that as well.
Chocolate. That's what I want.
Chocolate. We have a tradition, Cadbury's chocolate orange, which is the one that you
get
hit on your head to open it. Yeah, that's how you do it. That's how you officially open it. You hit your head with it.
I do not hit myself on the head with it, but I do enjoy cracking that orange open and getting to the inside.
So this one's directly from Apple, so it's a little bit expensive. There are cheaper ones, but I like to buy the Apple ones. This one is approximately £19, I believe. So it is on the more expensive side, although that does mean that absolutely anything and any combination of device you plug in either end will be guaranteed to work. So that's why I just stick with the Apple cable, and that's the one I would only purchase that one.
Yeah, and you're not wrong. There have been plenty of instances in the past where you would try to use a third-party adapter cable with some sort of device, FireWire or whatever, and you would find
never know what's going to happen.
Only the Apple one works. That has been the case for me in the past. I do use the Apple ones. I like the Apple adapters. I like the length of them. I also use the little tiny ones that just slip on the end of a USB device and then plug in. They're not as stable. They don't hold the connection as well as something like that does. And then I've also purchased, just as a little add-on to your suggestion there, I've also purchased a 4-pack of the Anker ones. And those have worked really well too. But in truth, they're almost all about the same price. When you buy a quality converter or a quality cable, short of some of the more expensive Thunderbolt cables, they are often very similar in price. So, get the Apple one. It's a great little adapter.
Yep.
You might as well. You can't go wrong.
Yep, absolutely. Well, then,
And also, even if your friends that you give a present to aren't lucky enough to have lots of Mac devices and so on, it will also work with Windows devices as well. So,
Right. Yeah.
with what devices?
Oh,
I didn't
With
understand that
another
word.
operating system.
yeah, that other
Yeah.
one is it's a quite a rare little known operating system out there. Some people use it. It's called
Linux.
Windows, but yeah.
Linux.
Yeah.
Is what
Linux. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's it. That's how you spell it. Linux.
LINUX.
That's how you spell Windows.
That's right. That's right. Okay. Well, then I guess we are up to. This is still only our second pick. I'm up to my second pick then.
Number 3.
All right, let's bring this back on again. All right. So my second pick is I alluded to this earlier. This is another. I don't know. I have a problem with cameras. I have way too many cameras. If someone says, "Hey, do you have a camera to do such and such?" I say, "Yeah, you know what? I do." And this is yet another one of those cameras. I guess I have a collection of shame when it comes to cameras, but this particular camera is the OBSBOT Tiny 2 Lite 4K camera. So OBSBOT has been making some pretty amazing cameras. I purchased one last spring from Macstock called the Tail 2, which is more of a higher end type camera, and it's what I needed from Macstock to do the digital pass and things like that. This type of thing wouldn't cut it, but for what we're doing now, if you are producing any kind of video content from a home studio or office studio or something like that for YouTube or what have you, this is a perfect little camera for that. Not only does this particular camera have a pretty generous half-inch sensor, it also has a 1.8 aperture on it, so it can capture really high-quality 4K video in relatively low-light conditions. And then on top of that, it will capture up to 4K video at 30 frames per second or 1080 at 1080 HD video at 60 frames per second. And it will even do HDR if you're shooting in 4K or HD at 30 frames per second. Focus is really nice on it. It's super quick, and it does a great job of automatically identifying and focusing on the subject that's in the camera. Right now I'm using the laptop camera, and that's doing a pretty good job as well. But this does a great job with it. It's something they call phase detection autofocus. So not top of the line. There's a higher end camera above this that's about $100 more that has a little bit higher end focusing mechanism. But for what you get in this camera, it's amazing. Now, when it comes to actually using the camera, one thing that this offers over, say, the OBSBOT Meet or the OBSBOT Meet 2, which is also an awesome camera, by the way, is that this has AI tracking and framing. So the Meet and the Meet 2 are kind of a fixed what do you want to say? Fixed view of what you're seeing, but this has the AI tracking in it. So not only will it track your head in a close-up shot, similar to what we're doing here, but you can also set it to track the upper body. You can set it to track the lower body. You can set it to do hand tracking. So, if you're pointing to something on a wall, you can have it track your hand as you're following along. And it does something that might be useful to a lot of folks, especially if you are a little bit concerned about privacy and maybe don't want to expose your face to the world. It does headless tracking, which I know sounds strange, but it would be good for things like if you're trying to follow a dancer's moves or something like that, and you don't necessarily need to show their face. So you can do headless tracking with it too. And then one other nice little feature of it is you can set up zone tracking. So if you're taking a shot of a larger room, if you will, you can set up a smaller zone so that if somebody walks into that zone, it will immediately start tracking that person and also do the auto zooming on them as well, so that it's not just a track, a big wide track. You're actually zooming in on the person and seeing them. And then they step out of the picture, it will revert back to the full shot again, which is pretty slick.
That is really nice.
Some of the things you can do while shooting, you can shoot landscape mode, you can shoot portrait mode, and you can even do upside down. So if you mount it upside down,
rostrum.
it will do, it'll rotate the view so that it'll be right side up, obviously.
Nice.
So that's kind of handy too. So I could, in theory, mount this camera upside down in front of me rather than mount it on the table. So that's kind of cool. And then nicely, you can also select or set presets for different angles. So if you have a close-up view and a wide shot and maybe some other shot, you can set presets for them and just click the preset and it will automatically change over to that. The one thing I'll mention about the different presets and shooting is that the zoom on the camera is a digital zoom, not an optical zoom. And while it is a 4x zoom, just keep in mind if you're going to be using something like that, that it's digital and not optical. Now, all of that AI stuff is gesture controlled. So if you simply hold up your hand, you turn on and off tracking of your subject. And you can also hold up your fingers in the shape of an L, and then it will zoom in or it will zoom out. And then you can also use two hands with L's to
That's very clever.
Zoom in and out that way too, which is kind of neat. Now, there is a ton of stuff in the software that I will never use, like beauty mode. There's a beauty mode in it that will automatically apply makeup.
You don't need it, Mike.
I don't need it. I'm beauteous enough. But I will say that the software that OBSBOT provides is really super full-featured. It gives you all kinds of control over how to use the camera. You can either set it up in fully automatic mode, or you can get down into the details and change the focus mode. You can change the color temps. You can change the exposure and saturation and contrast and sharpness and microphone and status indicator lights and blah, 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 all that stuff. So lots of stuff you can do with it. This camera suggested retail is $179, I think it is, but you'll often find it on sale. And in fact, at the time we're recording this, it's been on sale for $159. And I picked this one up as a Black Friday sale for $129. So you can find it for a really good price. And privacy. I talked about privacy. When you are shooting and you're done shooting, when the camera is not in use, it automatically sleeps. But if you are shooting and or not shooting and you just want to turn the camera off, just tilt it down. Just manually tilt it down and the camera will turn off. So that is kind of nice too. So that's it. That's my second pick. It is the OBSBOT Tiny 2 Lite 4K camera. Great choice for someone who wants to get into video. Look, the camera on modern MacBooks is great, but if you need a little bit more flexibility, you want those AI tracking features and things like that, you're going to have to get a camera like this. And so that's it. That is my second pick for this year's holiday gift guide.
Third. That sounds actually really cool. It sounds
second.
similar.
That's second.
It's second.
Is it?
Yep. Still in the second. Sounds like I have the Instalink 360 or whatever.
Also a great
very
camera.
Similar.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if it has all the little fancy features that yours does, but it's got a lot of it has the whole hand thing and the zoom in and all that stuff too. But it's been a good camera. But that OBSBOT sounds really cool.
And I should probably mention, and yours probably has this too. There are built-in microphones, so it does have have a built-in microphone if that type of thing is important to you. they're omnidirectional mics, so they're going to pick up, a lot more room noise.
Everything.
And they do have noise reduction and automatic gain control. So there are some benefits to the built-in mics, but it's not going to rival something like this Shure that I have in front of me. If you're going to you're going to be doing this type of video for YouTube, I think you're going to want a camera like this paired with a mic. A mic. That. But to get started, that'd be a great choice.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What Shure mic do you have? Is that the same one I do?
You have the MV7, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the SM7 DB.
SM7. So that's the big one, I think. That's the good one.
It's the big one. Yeah. Well,
it's the big one.
Yeah. I think we might have talked about this on the show before. I actually picked this up as an open box buy from Adorama. And,
nice.
It took
really
2
nice.
tries to get a working mic with the open box buy, but it was a really, really good deal and worth the effort to save as much as I saved on it. Because it is a good mic.
I bet.
It just
it is.
Buying it open box maybe wasn't the best choice in the world, but
Hey, if you got a working mic in the end and you saved a lot of money, that's
saved a lot of money. And Adorama was really good about the exchange process. It just took a lot longer than I expected it to take. So,
yeah. No, I get that.
Oh,
that's fair
speaking
enough.
of which, look what's on my desk right here.
Oh, there you go. Look at that.
Wow. Did you give him that, Darren?
I threw that.
I've got like 5 of those someplace. Actually, I think I've got all mine are plugged in, I think.
Yeah.
Those are great though.
Well, great. That was our second round of picks for this year's holiday gift guide.
Second round of picks.
Which means we are now halfway through this year's picks, and we're up to round 3. And Eric, what is your third pick?
My third
for
pick.
This year's holiday gift guide.
And actually, we're probably like 2/3 the way through for me because I don't know if I have 6 picks, but I could
4,
5,
just 4,
4,
just 4.
Just 4. Okay, good.
Yeah.
I've got that. Got that. Yep. I was going off the 3. So my third pick is, and this one's probably a little bit off from the usual, but we've had this for a little while now, and it's generally works really good. And part of this is kind of for the wire cutting or the cutting the cable, cutting DirecTV, whatever, satellite, and getting something to replace it. And you may have heard of this, and I know there's different brands, but the one we have is called SuperBox, and it's something that we've now have used for at least almost a year, and it works really well. And it's really good as far as, I don't want to have DirecTV anymore. I don't want to pay monthly for cable anymore, but I want to get a lot of these channels and then some. And so you get this SuperBox in this case, the one I'm recommending is the SuperBox Ultra, although they have other cheaper ones even that maybe don't have all the features, but it's debatable whether you need them or not. Anyway, what it does is you essentially plug it in either Wi-Fi or Ethernet. I think I have mine going through Ethernet, and it works off your broadband internet, and it has, I think, just about every cable channel you can think of, at least that I know of, plus the premium channels and everything else. And it's essentially for no monthly charge. It's all free. It just works off of that. And on top of that, it also has so one app is kind of your typical cable network channels, everything from, AMC to, I'm trying to think what the TBS to TNT. And it also has just about all all of the locals across the United States, and I'm sure there's got to be a version 2 for the UK. But it has also like the local or regional networks. So like CBS in Chicago, it's CBS in LA, and CBS in San Antonio, whatever. So it has all of that. And then on top of that, it has another like video on demand app, which kind of has all the latest movies that are out on rentals or movies that are on streaming channels and stuff like that. So it's basically you buy this once and then you just use it after that and get all the content. So I have no idea how long it's going to last or whatever, but it's been around for quite a while now. So probably the only issues that we've had with it is every once in a while we'll have some buffering or something will go out and then it'll come back on again. But it's been really good to watch for sports and stuff like that. I've been able to watch my teams that are in Wisconsin from where I live now. So it's been really terrific for that as well.
I think the key to what you're saying, Eric, is how long is this going to be around? I mean, these types of things have been out before and they always get shut down. How are they doing this?
Yeah. I don't know. Apparently there must be circumventing it somehow because it's been around for, gosh, I don't know, a couple of years. And then there's also a, the SuperBox, I think, was the original, but there's also other companies that make it, make their own versions. Somehow they're able to do it. So, you know,
it only sounds slightly dodgy.
It only sounds, yeah, but there's really not anything to it. You just buy it, plug it in, turn it on, and it goes. You just download these 3 apps from actually the Google Play Store or the Android store. I'm not sure. It's an Android box. But
so Darren will never buy it.
It works. Yeah. So he'll never buy it. And, you know, actually probably 2 apps if you don't get the Ultra, because the one app is like for playback, for like recordings and stuff like that. So in the one hand, it doesn't have a built-in DVR really. So it's not quite slick like that. You know, it's not, how do you say, quite as nifty as, let's say, if you have DirecTV or Dish Network and you have a DVR or your local cable and a TiVo or something like that. Not saying that you probably couldn't rig something up for that, but it doesn't have it built in that way. But it apparently it gets, I think it kind of gets away with this by just broadcasting it, and I guess there's nothing illegal about that. So
it's rebroadcaster. Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
It's a grey legal area, isn't it, or something?
Right, right. And you know what? As long as it works, it works.
Yeah,
you know?
just don't tell too many people that
right.
control all these things. So don't
right,
shut them
exactly.
down. Yeah.
Well, you know what? At this point, you know, for it, we don't watch a real ton of TV. We do watch, you know, obviously enough of it, but I mean, not, you know, and this, for what this does, it's perfect. It's kind of like one of those things. If we didn't have this, we wouldn't have anything else anyway, and pay for it. So it's kind of the perfect thing for me, for us. So it's probably something that's not for everybody, but you know, I don't think you have to really worry about it as far as, you know, no one's going to come knocking on your door.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to be arrested for that. It
No.
sounds good. Use it while you can.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it sounds like a really, really cool solution, especially to get a lot of those cable channels that you can't get over the air.
Right.
The solution I have is a little different. It combines Plex with a box. Let's say, I think it's the HD Home Run that I have, something like that.
Yeah, that's cool.
And what the HD Home Run does is it will take all the channels off your antenna, we still have an antenna in the house. So on top of streaming, we've got this antenna plugged in the HT home run. The Plex sees it. And Plex server is actually running on my Mac Studio. But the Plex server sees it and makes all those channels available. And because it has DVR capability, I can record things too. Now, the vast majority of things, admittedly, we watch streaming, either Hulu or Peacock or whatever. And for most of the broadcast TV, the Plex and HD Home Run could replace it. We don't need that. We could just use it to record. I just need a ton of space for all the recordings. But it was really interesting. The very first time I plugged it in, I had zero idea how many freaking digital channels there are out there just being broadcast for free. It must be somewhere around the range of 60 to 70 channels that are all being picked up by the antenna, and the home run just sees them all. So you will not suffer for anything to watch if you
you live in an area.
Antenna.
You live in an area where you've got, I think, a lot of channels too. Like if somebody if they lived out in the boonies a little bit, and they may not have, if they're living in northern Wisconsin versus, a suburb of Chicago, there's going to be different,
Yeah, obviously.
But still, though, it is amazing. It is, yeah.
And just to see what channels the antenna picks up, we will get, so we're kind of in the upper central part of Illinois, and probably about equidistant between Chicago and Rockford. We are boonies.
Yeah.
We're out there. The suburbs are starting to encroach upon us, but we're still, we're over an hour out from the city, and the city being Chicago. And we'll get Chicago channels, we'll get Rockford channels, and even some Wisconsin channels. So it's really interesting what you can pick up if you just slap an antenna on your house.
And digital is so much better. Than the old analog. You could get so many. The other great thing is either you get it or you don't. There's not really that static, and it's because it's either a 1 or a 0.
Yeah.
And it's amazing what you can get with some rabbit ears, where you needed to have this huge Yagi antenna up on your roof just to get something 20 miles away.
Now, here's the fun thing. This happens from time to time watching antenna on our TV. Now, our TV is not the newest model in the world, but it was a good TV when we bought it. And one of the interesting things is, as we're watching antenna TV, the digital channels, if the channel starts to break up, there's something about the signal that the channel is sending as it's breaking up that causes our TV to reboot.
Oh, fabulous.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, I love it.
Doesn't happen streaming, but if we're watching antenna and it starts to break up, you get those little blocks on screen. I'm like, TV's going to reboot. And sure enough,
TV's going to reboot.
There
wow.
it goes.
That's when you're
There's
in the
got to be
Matrix.
some option. Don't reboot when you lose channel or something. There's got to be some sort of.
I'll say it's only a smart TV because we have a box connected to it. That's the only reason it's a smart TV. Let me just put it that way.
Yeah.
That's a great pick. I have to investigate that a little bit further. I was pulling up their site while we were talking, and it's a pretty amazing device. I think the one thing that it's missing is DVR capability, but is there a way around that?
Yeah.
Is there something that you can use to record from it?
Well, that's what I was thinking. I was kind of looking that up, and I was thinking about doing like a Plex server using a Mac and doing that, going that route.
Yeah.
But what the Ultra has is it does have a playback app, but the problem is not every channel is time shiftable or playbackable, or however you want to say it. So some channels you can pause and rewind, and they also have playback capability, so you can watch it up to 2 weeks in the past or something like that. But it's not as slick as a DVR, and it's not, like I said, it's not all the channels. So that's what I need to investigate that a little bit more. It would be nice. I was thinking about, like I said, using Plex, because I think that's something I already know, and I like it anyway. So
Yeah.
I'll have to see.
Yeah. Awesome. Darren, that brings us up to your third pick. What's your third pick for this year's holiday gift
Nice
guide?
one. Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, I got the number. Well, thanks for getting the number right there. Sorry about that. Yes.
That's my only job. My only job, Darren, is to make sure we stay on track
the numbers right
and figure out which pick we're on.
Perfect. Yeah, so my third pick is a monitor, funnily enough, for all the lovely Mac people out there that have either a Mac Mini, Mac Studio, or want to dock a laptop into a desktop environment and have like a nice desktop monitor there. But this isn't just any monitor. This is a rather special monitor. Because it's always a bit difficult, especially if you do have an occasional want for playing games occasionally. It comes in very handy for this, because a lot of the time when you're choosing a monitor, you can choose a perfect monitor for gaming, but it's not very good for anything else, for designing and detailed work and so on. Or you can choose a monitor that's perfect for detailed work and terrible for gaming. So you can't. Often you can't have both things. You can only have one or the other. But this monitor is specifically designed to be perfect for both. It's switchable, so it can switch between gaming modes, gaming resolutions, and also 120 hertz gaming HDR monitor. So it's a really high spec gaming monitor. But you can just switch a little control at the back, and you can switch that over from a 2K 120 hertz gaming monitor into a 5K 60 hertz exceptionally high quality designing and a pro level monitor. So it's one of these monitors that you can switch between modes as you see fit for the specific resolution it's presenting to you, and also the refresh rate. So yes, you can have a wonderful gaming experience on this, and also flicker switch after you've played a game and go into full-on high DPI designing mode into a 5K monitor. So this is a 5K 2K switch monitor.
And what would the make and model of that monitor be? Did you tell that?
That would be helpful.
Did you tell us that?
That would be helpful.
I don't know if you told us.
No, I didn't tell you
Yeah.
that. I didn't. I missed that bit out. Yes, that would be very useful information, wouldn't it? And
It would be.
It's by a make I've not been familiar with before. So it's a new one on me, but it's very good. It's by KTC, and the model number of this particular monitor, it's a 27-inch monitor, is H27P3. So that gives you another clue that it's also P3 Gamet perfect color representation monitor as well. So it's perfect for using in a design environment. When you really want to see the actual pixels you're going to get. So a 5K monitor, so it's not going to like it will have no scaling issues at all when you're working in high definition. And then you can flicker switch when you're tired of doing all that hard work and you want to play a game, and it switches over into 120 hertz mode, and you can have a wonderful gaming experience using the same display. So it's like two monitors in one, effectively.
I'm kind of curious how that works. So it sounds to me like it is a 5K monitor, but
Yes.
if you switch to the 2K mode, it does some sort of scaling or interpolation to set it to a 2K resolution.
Yes, it does that in hardware. So it is a 5K panel, exactly right. But when you switch it on the back of the monitors to turn it into its gaming mode, then it presents itself to the Mac as if it's a purely designed for gaming monitor.
I see.
And then that shows in the Mac, in the control panel for display control panel, that enables the extra refresh rate settings that you can choose then. So you can then choose up to 120 hertz to play games on there. So yeah, so
that's really interesting.
A dual mode monitor, yes.
So it's
really
changing how it presents itself to the computer.
That's
wow,
right.
That's
Yeah,
an interesting
so there's
trick.
there's no burden on the computer then to deal with different display types.
Scaling.
It's all done in hardware on the display itself.
So what's the DPI then, or the pixel density?
Oh, let me see if I can get the web page up. It is blah 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 DPI. Well, so I think it's at least the standard 218 pixels per inch, I believe. Oh, yeah, 217 pixels per inch. There we are.
Okay, so that's good. So
yeah,
awesome.
yeah. So it's a dual monitor so in 5K mode it will give you 5120 by 2880 resolution. So that's the top of the range 5K resolution. And in 2K mode it's 1440p with 120 hertz. So it can split itself between the two resolutions to present to the Mac. So the Mac doesn't have to do any extra work. It just
nice.
treats it as a dual mode monitor that you can just do hardware switching on just with a little switch on the back.
And you said that's a 27-inch display. Is it just a flat panel? Is it curved panel? Is it?
Oh, yeah, it's a flat panel. It's got a nice design actually. It's got a very nice stand there. It looks I think it's got built-in speakers as well. Although I wouldn't say that they would give you an extremely high quality. But it's also HDR, so and it has DisplayPort and HDMI, so you can plug anything into it. So multiple devices can be plugged in at once, and you can switch between those two. So not only can you switch modes, but you can switch devices. So it's a very, very versatile monitor, and very, very high quality.
Very nice. What does it retail for?
Yeah.
Yes, the price. That's the other thing. Normally, a really good 5K display, which only does the 5K stuff, is quite spendy anyway. But this is a similar price to that, but it also has all these extra modes and extra features as well. So it's not any more expensive than an average 5K display. So I think in pounds, if I can see what the pounds value is £597.
Oh, okay.
So it's a little bit on the spendy side. So I don't know what that looks like in dollars, but because of all the things the display can do and how versatile it is, it will literally serve you in any mode you wish to use it in. So
it's only about $800 for dollars wise,
and that's assuming a direct
I don't know
conversion.
how that compares to other how that compares to other 5K monitors in that range. But yeah, I think it's particularly versatile.
Very cool. Wow, I like that.
That's really cool.
That's an interesting trick.
It really is, and I hadn't heard of that.
Yeah, it's a new one on me. It's also a new make, so one that I'm not familiar with, but I've seen some very good information about that monitor. Yeah, just very high quality.
That is not what I thought you were going to say with the monitor. When you said new make, and wow, that's interesting.
Very cool. Well, then I guess that brings us to my third pick. Now, my third pick, this is interesting because I'm not even sure where to begin with this one. But I guess you can say that if you have a Mac user that you are looking to buy for, and you want to help them find some of the best apps available for accomplishing just about anything you can think of, including creative endeavors, productivity, utilities, and even coding, then one of the best things you could possibly get them is a subscription to Setapp, and that is by the folks at MacPaw. Now, Setapp provides ad-free, and that's important, it's ad-free access to over 260 Mac apps, including many of our favorites like Marked, Strongbox, which is my preferred password keeping app, Downy, Default Folder X, BusyCal, ChronoSync Express, Mars Edit, iShowU, Mimer, which is the podcasting app that I use, Solver, which Eric has mentioned in the past, Popcar, Bartender, iStat Menus, CleanShot X, Better Touch Tool, and that is just 15 of the 260 plus apps that are available.
Wow.
And you may have noticed that several of those that I just mentioned have been essential app picks too. Now, I know that if you are like me, you will never take advantage of, well, most of the apps that are available to you in Setapp. And there are some that overlap as well, but it is definitely worth looking in your applications folder to see what apps you're paying for on an annual basis, and if those apps are available within Setapp, because you might just find that you're going to save yourself a pretty penny with the Setapp subscription. I mean, BusyCal alone might make it worthwhile, because that, you know, that has an annual renewal fee if you want to stay up to date with the software. That's included with Setapp, and on top of that, you get their busy, what is it called, Busy Contacts, or whatever their contact app is. You get that too as part of Setapp, and that would normally be a separate purchase. So, you know, depending on what's in your applications folder, that subscription may be well worth the annual cost. Now, the nice thing is that unless you opt to go with an annual subscription, Setapp is month to month. So you could, I suppose, if there's something that you wanted to take advantage of on a short-term basis, subscribe, use those apps that you want to use, and then cancel again if you choose to. But if you're like me, I look through my applications folder, and many of those that I mentioned just a moment ago are in that folder. And I'm, in many cases, paying upgrade fees for them. So I could look at that Setapp subscription as not only a way to stay on top of the latest updates of those apps, but then also have pretty much any other app that I can think of available to me when I do a search in the Setapp app. And then another interesting thing about it is there are different tiers of subscription. It starts at $9.99 a month if you're going month to month, and then there's 10% off if you go annual, and it goes up to $14.99 a month, which allows you to set it up on up to 4 Macs. The $9.99 is 1 Mac,
yes.
$14.99 is for 4 Macs. For that little bit of difference, you know, in a household like ours where we have Macs coming out of our ears, it would be worth the $14.99 to bump up to that level of subscription. And there are also iOS apps included as part of those higher tier subscriptions. And there's even a new AI, local model AI tool that MacPaw themselves are developing and is included as part of those higher tier subscriptions. So it's just something I thought of. You know, we could name any number of apps and they would be our picks for holiday gift guide, but why not name an app that includes them all? So Setapp would be my choice. Starts as low as $9.99 a month, and I don't think you could go wrong gifting that to a Mac user in your life. So there you go. That's my third pick.
Yeah, no, I love Setapp. I've been using it for quite some time, and in fact, actually, I got it like, I think it was, I did their yearly subscription. They had a deal. It was like $69. And I remember started using it. I thought, and I didn't really take advantage of the apps because I thought, I don't want to get hooked on this, you know, like, and then, But then I started, I'm like, why do I have this if I'm not going to use it? So then I started using it, and then pretty soon I'm like, wow, this is actually saving me money because if I had to go out and buy these or, subscribe. And so it just went from there. And the other thing that's nice too is if you are doing something, if you do project work, um, what's really nice is you can kind of go through there and check, is there an app that could help me with this particular
Right.
thing? And
Yeah.
more often than not, you'll run into something like, oh yeah, it does have this. And
Yeah, you think, well, I've already got it.
yeah, I've already got it. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So which is really nice.
Yeah, it's a really nice collection of apps, and they're constantly updating it. If you visit their website, they have a section that shows the latest apps that they've added to it. And I was really happy to see that Strongbox was one of them because Strongbox is now in my case, I bought it before it was on Setapp, and I bought like the lifetime ultimate super duper version of it. But so I'm set on Strongbox. But if anybody is looking for a new password keeping app, I'd say give Strongbox a look. And oh, by the way, you have a Setapp subscription? Great, it's included with it.
Yep, exactly. And in fact, I use Ulysses, and that's another one that's got a subscription.
Yeah,
It's a great app, and it's available on Setapp. And I was going to ask you about Strongbox and what your thoughts were on that. So
yeah, I like it.
it's nice to know that's a option.
Good choice. Yeah, Strongbox and Bitwarden, I'd say, were probably my two top choices for password keeping apps. But I've settled on Strongbox. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, fantastic.
Cool.
That means we're up to our final round of picks for this year's holiday
Fourth
gift guide.
pick.
Now, I have a fun one for my fourth pick. I know Darren has a fun one for the fourth pick. Do you have a fun one for your fourth pick, Eric?
No, mine is absolutely not any fun whatsoever. Yeah. Yeah, I do actually. I did actually have it as my first pick, and I don't know why. I think I just put it down because I knew I wanted to do it. But yeah, my fourth pick is something called TinyTV, and I don't know if you've seen it or not.
These
but
are
let's see if I can
amazing.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
So,
Yes. Now you're
why
talking.
can't it? There we go. It's kind of blurry, but actually, let me. So it's really awesome because it's there. So let's see if I can. So
It's amazing.
right now,
I love it.
it's Gumby. I think Gumby's playing on it right now. I don't know why it turns blurry, but the knobs on there. So the one on the right, or I don't know. Yeah, on the right is changes channels, and the other one changes the volume. So if I wanted to change a channel, I could. Now there's some big birds like walking next to an ocean scene, and of course things still has trouble focusing, but it is really really cool, and it also comes with its own remote, so you can actually
Wow.
change the channel, change the volume, as well as turn it on and off with the remote. And it's just it really is awesome. Now the back of it has a USB port where you plug it in to charge it.
Perfect.
And also you can plug it in there to the USB port, not just to charge it, but also to add content. So you can add videos.
Nice.
So I'll just shut it off. So it comes with like an 8 gig storage, I believe. I think it's 8 gigabytes. And then it has its own converter app that you can take whatever videos and convert it into the TinyTV format. So it'll display on the TV itself. And so if you plug it into your computer, it'll show up as another drive, and then you'll see the files. I think it's got like, I don't know if it's got 10 videos that come with it on there, or is it 7 or 8? But you'll see those, and you can of course play those on your computer too, I believe. But then you can add new videos to your TV, your little TV. The other thing that's really cool about it is they've kind of did all the details, not just kind of with the hardware and everything else, but also even like when you change the channels, it kind of simulates a TV. So I don't
That's
know.
nice.
It's instead of like going to the next file and just starting that movie and then going to the next file and starting that, it'll like cut into it like it's already been on. And like when you like flip the channel and you come back, it'll like have moved forward from where you were. It's really weird. It's just like, I mean, it ultimately just plays the video over and over again, but it doesn't make it like it just stops the second you change the channel. It makes it like it's still been going. So I don't know how that works, but it gives you the feel like it actually is a little working TV. So it's totally terrific. That it's on Amazon. I think they're like 30 some dollars. Maybe they're a little bit more. Unfortunately, the model that I have, which actually I just got for my birthday a little over a month ago, is not available. And I don't know if they just ran out or whatever, but there's a clear version that is still available. And so you can get the clear version of this, and it's exactly the same everything, but you can see through it. And I'm thinking that's probably not as popular as this version, just because it is kind of like a
retro
good
look. Yeah, I like the retro look. It's good. Yeah,
I do too. And they actually make a smaller version of it, which is like, for me, it's almost like that's too small. This is like small enough. I don't need something that I have to have like a magnifying glass just to see it. So, but along with that, I was also going to mention there's Tiny Attire that I also have. And so it it's a little TV, which is bigger than this. And it has a little joystick and the actual Attire unit. And you can play the original Attire games on it using the world's tiniest joystick, trying to, but it is pretty slick. And I got both of those actually for my birthday. And I'm like, how did you guys know that I actually kind of wanted these? And my wife's like, well, because you had it on your Amazon Christmas list or something like that, or some list from a while ago that I had shared and forgot about. And I'm like, yeah, because this is like totally awesome, and so it really is cool. If you're into little stuff like that and just the detail that goes into it, and the fact, it's cool just even with it sitting there and off, but the fact that you can actually use it and play back stuff is really cool too.
I think about the only thing missing, and maybe this will be the TinyTV 2, is an HDMI input on it.
Right.
If you could take the TinyTV 2 and your Tiny Atari and hook the Tiny Atari to the TinyTV, I mean, what more could you ask for? That would be all you need.
Right, I know. That'd be all you need. Well, the Tiny Atari does come with a TV.
Okay.
Already
tuned to channel 3.
It's all, already turned to channel 3, right? Yes. Or 4, whatever you don't get in your area.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, it's it does have a little USB-C port, so I'm thinking you probably could feed video through there. I don't know.
Somebody will hack
but
it.
Somebody will hack it. It's just, it's kind of crazy. Yeah.
I love it. That is super cool.
Yeah. I love it.
Well, Darren, I know your fun pick sounds really interesting. That would be your fourth pick for the holiday gift guide this year. What you got for us?
Right. Okay. Hopefully you like this one. I really like the Christmas Carol, otherwise known as Scrooge. It's one of my favorite things of all time. And there's I have in various forms. I have lots of movie versions of it and so on. And I have a particularly favorite audiobook version. So this is an audiobook of The Christmas Carol. But it is performed by the one and only Patrick Stewart. And everyone...
Oh, perfect. Yep.
Everyone loves Patrick Stewart. It's from... What he had a stage show at one point where he plays all the characters and does all the voices of the Christmas Carol, and it's from his stage show. So this is an audiobook version of his stage show of the Christmas Carol or Scrooge, and it is fantastic performance. So this is particularly good because I used to do a lot of Audible books and so on, although I've come out of that ecosystem now, and I'm now looking into the books that are available on Apple Books, and treating them in a similar way to the purchases I have on Apple Movies. So they're sort of like permanent acquisitions that I can just stream and play at any time. So especially at Christmas time, that's exactly when you want to have a lovely rendition of Scrooge from one of the world's best actors. This is a perfect thing. Patrick Stewart's Christmas Carol, an audiobook on Apple Books.
That's
nice.
Perfect.
Yep, he does an awesome. In fact, actually, I think it was on USA or whatever, TNT, TBS, whatever one of those years that they actually did a movie with him and that, and I thought it was terrific.
Yes, he is also in a movie adaptation as well of the same thing. Although this one is, I think this one has really nice parts to it because of all the voices he does for every single part. It's so well done. All the voices are fabulous.
I think that's probably what intrigues me the most, is that he's performing all the characters.
Every character, yeah.
It's amazing.
Even the little boy outside the window. Say, I can't remember what he says.
What day is this?
That's the one.
Yeah.
But it's Christmas Day, sir. Oh, delightful boy, wonderful boy.
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, it does all the wonderful accents and so on. Yes, it's a definite. It's a treat to listen to.
I love it, and that's on Apple Books. You said.
Yes, it's available on Apple Books. It's sort of available everywhere, but yeah, it's available on Apple Books. It's cool. A tiny bit more expensive on Apple Books, but then that's not too bad. It's only about £10, I think it is, roughly.
Oh, that's not bad.
So that's not too bad. It's £8 or £9 on Audible, but then you have a bit more permanence with the things you buy with. Like an Apple movie or an Apple book, it's there forever. So you sort of like you can play it on any device you happen to be near as well. So it's easier than trying to do everything with Audible. I grew out of the subscription, so I was paying rather a lot for Audible subscriptions. So I thought, well, rather than doing that, why don't I just pay a little bit, a £1 or £2 extra every time I want an audiobook instead, and actually purchase it and keep it forever?
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think that's the way to do it. The only better way you could do it would be to purchase it on DVD.
Oh, yeah.
Or CD.
Yes.
CD, not DVD. CD.
CD, yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm not sure if it's available on the traditional forms. But it'd be worth looking at. It'd be worth looking into, just in case there is an audio version of this on other forms. Cassette tape, perhaps.
Yeah. and then you could use one of my picks from 2007's Holiday Gift Guide audiobook builder to create your digital audiobook of the CD. Yeah. There you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sure Patrick wouldn't mind at all.
No, not at all.
No, I'm sure he wouldn't either.
For personal use.
Yeah.
Indeed. Of course.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I will admit that my final pick, my fun pick, is not quite as cultured as yours, Darren. But it is probably a little bit more similar vein to Eric's pick. So this... I've kind of started a tradition here on the show where every year during our holiday gift guide, I'll present some other cool Lego set. And this year's set is something that I picked up not too long ago. This is the Lego arcade machine.
Oh.
So it's a relatively small set. It's here. I'll see. I can't do this and not have the box in front of the microphone at the same time. But
that's so cool.
It's a retro arcade game machine. That's what you got here. This set retails for $39.99 at Lego.com.
That's not bad.
And as you can see on the screen here, it's got kind of a Galaga-like inspired game decal on the screen.
Yeah.
It says, yep.
It's got a little joystick. It's got the buttons, and then it even has coins you can drop in the slots on the front here.
Fabulous.
And then they pop out the coin return without registering that you inserted them, just like a real arcade machine.
Real game, yeah.
Just like a real game. Now, the real magic of this one comes when you open the arcade cabinet. Because inside, and they have a picture of it on the back here, inside the arcade game
there's a lot more in there. Look at
is a hidden gamer's room with a little computer.
Nice.
It's got a little computer. Wait, where are we? Right here. A little computer right here.
Yeah.
That kind of looks like a 90s iMac.
Yeah.
And then it's got a small sofa. Where am I? It's got a small sofa.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's got some awards on the shelf up here. And it's got a little, Lego minifig, as you expect. It's got a little Lego minifig with a remote and a teeny tiny minifig sized buildable arcade machine to match the larger one. Although it does look like maybe in the little arcade machine they're playing some sort of platformer, like a Donkey Kong or something, instead of the space shoot 'em up that's on the main machine. Now all together, when this is put together, there's a picture of the game right there.
Yeah. Nice. Yep.
Oh, and there's the little minifig with his arcade machine.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure that's Defender.
The little one. That's what that. Yeah. Did that?
Yeah.
I think that might say Defender.
I think it's a
top.
platformer.
You're probably right. It is. Oh yeah,
yeah.
he's hopping from one. Yeah, that's probably true.
That's yeah. That looks like Tetris or something like that. But yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and I don't know if you can see it, but in the room, right up there, is a little homage to the Lego Space series. See that blue ship with the yellow cockpit in it? Yeah,
famous yellow.
That's a little homage to the Lego
spaceship.
Space series.
Yeah.
Which is well known. Wow, there you
I've
go.
got right
Look
here.
at that. You've got one. Look at that.
Wow.
All right. So anyway, this is the Lego arcade machine, $39.99. This is 468 pieces, and at 6 inches tall by 4 inches wide, it's going to fit really nicely on just about anyone's shelf. And being a smaller model, 468 pieces is not a particularly large model. It's something that can be clicked together pretty quickly. Or you could take your time and just kind of savor the memories of visiting the arcades of your youth, grungy, tacky carpeting not included. So that would be my fourth pick and my fun pick. My fourth and fun pick is the Lego arcade machine, $39.99 at Lego.com. So
That's awesome.
there you go.
I'm going to add that to my wish list. That's nice.
Available now. That's the thing with Lego kits is that when they discontinue them, you can't get them anymore. So then they become a pretty highly collectible item at that point.
Absolutely.
And this is a new one. This just came out earlier this fall, so you can get it very easily at lego.com and possibly other retailers. I don't remember if this is a Lego exclusive or not. I think it's available elsewhere. But that would be my pick. I'll have to put it together and get it on the shelf back here next to Mickey and Minnie.
Yes, you will.
Yeah.
Yeah, make a great background item on your shelf there. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
So that is it. That is our last minute gift guide for the Apple fan in your life. If there are any gifts that you think would be unique and different, be sure to leave your favorites in the comments of this week's show notes, found at formaceyeonly.com, or send me an email, mike@formaceyeonly.com, and let me know what your picks are for this year. Well, I have an essential app that is perfect for the holiday gift guide. Absolutely perfect. In fact, it is so perfect that I think I'm going to go back to turning on the snow again. No, we don't need Brian's comment. I need to turn the snow back on. That's what I need. There we go. Okay, got the snow back on. And that was an old comment by Brian, too, by the way. That wasn't even current. But the Essential app is an app that we feel belongs on just about everyone's Mac. And while this particular pick has a bit of a seasonal bent to it, it's one that I think just about every Mac user can enjoy themselves. Now, I know I've said this before about some of my previous Essential app picks, but this pick may be one of the simplest yet. And this app is called Snowy. And Snowy has one purpose in life. Its one purpose in life is to add a little holiday cheer to your Mac desktop. Now, this is not Snowy. We're not looking at Snowy here. This is something I put together in Ecamm. But when you run the app, when you run Snowy, not only does it adorn the top of your screen with a lovely little light display, but it also begins a gentle snowfall as well. And at first you might say, but Mike, wouldn't that snow falling get annoying as you're working in your Mac? Or don't those lights get in the way of managing windows on the screen? Ah, well, that is where the absolute holiday magic of Snowy comes in, because not only can you set the snow to fall in front or behind the active windows on screen, but you can also change the intensity and the style of snow that falls as well. And the same holds true for the lights. So if you want twinkling lights, if you want wavy lights, if you want steady lights, if you want classic lights, or maybe you want some 8-bit lights, those are all choices that you have within the app. And while I enjoy the multicolor lights, you can also set the color scheme to a warm white, you can set them to blue, you can set them to rainbow, or even candy cane. Now, one of my biggest worries running Snowy was that the dangling lights would actually interfere with my ability to maybe grab a window or click a button or change tabs in my browser or what have you, because they're, I have the lights dangling down in front of the active windows on my screen. But magically, the lights simply don't get in the way. It's amazing. And the same goes for the falling snow. Although I do have my snow set to fall behind the windows. But when I go to click a tab or I go to click a button, if the light is there in front of that tab or button, it doesn't get in the way. I can still click that tab or I can click that button, and yet the lights continue twinkling. And I love that. They have done an absolutely amazing job with the app. And in a final bit of holiday cheer, Snowy also includes a number of wallpapers that you can set up if you would like an aqua winterscape, a classic winterscape, or even, and this one is for you, Darren, a liquid glass winterscape. Best of all, Snowy is completely free, and you can download it directly from the developer, which is what I did, or you can grab it in the Mac App Store. Links for both will be in the show notes. But Snowy is from Pingie.com. Pingie.com/Snowy is where you'll find it. So that is my Essential app pick for our holiday gift guide episode this year.
Can I ask, does it run in the background or does it run as an app like in the foreground that sits in the dock?
I have it set to run in the menu bar. So
So
it
nice.
does not run as an icon. It only runs in the menu bar. Yeah. So it runs in the background.
That's
that's
that
nice,
actually
yeah.
it's a big deal because there's a number of apps that do exactly what you're talking about, but they all seem to run in the dock as an icon, and so I'm always cycling through them.
Right.
The other thing is the one of them though does have with the lights that hang off the menu bar. You can have it in the front, the back, or on idle. So if you're not using your Mac, then the lights will go in the front, until you start using it again. Which actually, that's kind of slick. I don't like the lights as much, but no, that sounds Snowy sounds really cool. Actually,
Yeah. I started
check that out.
Once I learned about Snowy, I started it up on my desktop Mac over here, and I did set it to the snow falling behind the windows because I did kind of feel like it would be annoying floating down in front of my windows. So I set the snow to fall behind my windows, but I do have the lights dangling across the top of my screen, and I really was worried that, as I go to click something, it's going to block my ability.
That's interesting.
But no, it works great. And when I was looking for lights to put into Ecamm, here like this, when I was looking for lights, by the way, it is amazingly difficult to find animated GIF of lights. I don't know why. Without paying for it, it's really, really difficult to
without
find.
paying for it. Yeah.
So I thought, you know what? I'm going to open up the app package for Snowy and just grab their lights out and put it up there. You can't, because he did such Pingie did such a great job with developing the app that every single light is its own graphic in the on state and the off state.
That is
and
nice.
That clearly, not being a programmer myself, that clearly has something to do with the ability to have it not interfere with what you're working on as you're using your Mac. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Wow,
that
that's
is
great.
Yeah.
it's a great little app. It's completely free. You can download it in the Mac App Store, or you can get it directly from Pingie.com. Either way, I love it, and I thought it was a perfect pick for this episode in particular's essential app.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Nice.
I'll definitely be downloading that one.
I'm downloading it right now.
Well, nice
It's
one.
teeny tiny.
Yeah.
And with that said,
Awesome.
that is going to do it for this episode of For Mac is Only. I hope everyone enjoyed it. Remember, I do love to get your letters, so if you have any comments about the show, a tip to share, a software or hardware problem with your Mac, you can leave your favorites in the comments of this week's show notes found at formaceyesonly.com, or drop me a line, mike@formaceyesonly.com. And be sure to subscribe to the show's YouTube channel at youtube.com/FMEOTV and click that little notification bell so you can find out when we're going live. You can join the chat room, and you can catch all the behind-the-scenes stuff that doesn't make the final cut of the show. Hey, Eric, what's the best way for folks to get a hold of you?
The best way for people to get a hold of me is eric@formaceyesonly.com. That's actually the best way.
That is your social
I would say it's the
media.
only way, but it's the best way. What'd you say?
I said that is your social media.
That is my social media in a nutshell right there.
And Darren, if folks want to reach you, what's the best way to get a hold of Darren?
Yep, cool. Same as Eric, shoot me an email, Darren@formaceyesonly.com, and I shall read it intently.
Intently. Indeed.
Intently.
Thanks so much for listening, everyone. Thanks to Eric and Darren for joining me this episode. Is that a ding coming through? I thought I had this on Do Not Disturb.
Nope, we can't hear any dings.
Okay.
I didn't hear anything.
I'm getting text messages while I'm talking there. Okay, I'll say that again. Thanks so much for listening, everyone, and thanks to Eric and Darren for joining me this episode. Stay subscribed, and we'll talk to you next time. And with that said, we are going to say goodbye to the live stream. I'm going to throw up a quick end card, and then I'll be right back to you guys in just a second.
Okay.
Bye, live stream.
I live stream.
Cheers.